Greetings, I am Empress Aziza, your host for today, September 28th, 2024, bringing you news, views, and interviews. Welcome to the West Indian, a magazine broadcast, bringing you up to date on what's happening around the world. Stay tuned. Finally, the time has come to present some revelations that many have been waiting for. Waiting has been a difficult decision, but an absolute necessary one, as the revelations to come will shock many in the population, especially those who are still in a deep sleep. When they awaken from the illusion, they will not even understand the true reality. For those who are awake and aware, important changes are afoot. Be assured that everything is going as originally planned by our higher extraterrestrial helpers, the Galactic Federation, and the Alliance. There were some hiccups, but those have been dealt with. This time, all the parameters are in place to ensure success. It is about to begin. Most people have no idea what has happened on planet Earth and have not understood or do not want to understand what the removal of the deep state means for the whole universe. Some people are not aware of what the deep state is, although every day they complain about the high economy and the high cost of living. They will not and cannot follow the ascension because they have remained in low vibrations and at least have not developed their fourth dimensional consciousness to be ready for their ascension into 5D. It brings us the light for higher levels of action to remove all negative forces and to completely cleanse the planet Earth. To then enter the new positive polarized world. This is a huge undertaking, but in the end, the triumph will be ours. The deep state cabal has collapsed on all levels. The cleansing is in full swing. Great changes are underway to bring people into a higher consciousness of the fifth dimension as the light advances. Time has not been wasted. Earlier actions were needed to put everything in place, to bring our planet to a higher resonance frequency and to encourage people to move on. The battle of the global mafia against the light is definitely lost. They will have to answer for everything. No one will have escape, or no one will escape until justice is done. Their backs are literally against the wall. This time the victory is ours. There is a monumental task ahead of us to prevent the hidden cabal mafia from wreaking havoc when they have to accept defeat. In international news, rap mogul P. Diddy has been arrested and detained. The layers of corruption surround P. Diddy Combs aren't just rumors. His involvement in human trafficking has long been hidden in plain sight, but now insiders are starting to talk. This isn't just a celebrity flirting with dark forces. Diddy is a key figure in a vast global human trafficking network that stretches across borders with protection from law enforcement, judges, and even international governments. Diddy's network was a human trafficking gateway. Diddy's power extends far and wide, with victims, often young girls and boys, sourced from vulnerable populations in places like Southeast Asia and Central America. These victims are moved through private planes, corrupt officials, and hidden estates, all under Diddy's control. His reach into this network is terrifying, protected by layers of influence that make him nearly untouchable. Diddy's Caribbean connection is humongous. Diddy's influence doesn't stop in Miami. His ties to political figures in the Caribbean run deep, with traffic victims disappearing on private islands that remain beyond the reach of law enforcement. One particular island is in the Bahamas, linked to the P. Diddy's network, has been flagged for special events where his ultra-elite indulge in their darkest desires. Flight logs show Diddy's frequent visits to this location was hidden in plain sight. Diddy's blackmail system? Well, what protects Diddy from exposure? Blackmail, of course. He has amassed a web of compromising material on the elite, politicians, celebrities, and businessmen alike. This is how Diddy maintained his empire, through dirt that keeps the powerful silent, ensuring no one dares to speak out against him. In other news, we have Benjamin Fulford, who talks about the Starlink, which is on alert to send EBS to cell phones worldwide. The countdown has begun to the worldwide Q-Sting operation, the worldwide military takeover, and the global currency reset. This leads us to Nasera and Jazeera. No poverty, no hunger, no debt, only global prosperity and peace for all. Now, who does not want that? Jazeera, which is the Global Economic Stabilization and Recovery Act, was voted to be implemented by all 209 sovereign nations of the world per the signed 2015 Paris Agreement on Climate Change, starting with the Restored Republic of the United States, known as NASERA, that is the National Economic Stabilization and Recovery Act. Jazeera will now affect the Republic along with the rest of the world, amounting to a total of all sovereign nations. The new financial system is part of the Jazeera Law. The IMF will announce the global gold standard monetary system once Jazeera is announced. All remaining fiat currencies will be cashed in for gold standard currency. Paper money will eventually be phased out, and all currencies will be digital under the new financial system. With the elimination of the national debt of every nation on earth, taxes will be adjusted to be lower for citizens and corporations. The new financial system has been online for months and is hosted on a protected quantum server that cannot be hacked or accessed without permission. What does Jazeera and Nasera offer the people? Energy costs will drop drastically as a result of the free energy and new technologies. The future will be unbelievable, complete. Our lives will evolve immensely. Suppressed technologies that are being released date back to 70 years or more. This tech will easily clean up our planet. A new medical system will be the real healthcare. That's called the medbeds, with abilities to regrow limbs or organs or to reduce our age by 30 years. When there is free energy, transportation and replications distribute to everyone, we will become equal. No one will be enslaved. People will just do what they want to do. Have free time, time to reflect and be creative. No need to hoard anything.
If ever there was a time to pause and to reset, it is now. Collectively and individually, as leaders in each of our countries, we must now deliver new opportunities and solutions to these crises which dampen economic growth, which restrict the ambitions of our people and numb our sense of the beauty and goodness that the world ought to be offering. Reset, for which I am calling, and indeed all of our citizens are demanding, must see an end to all forms of discrimination against the trust and the credibility and the hope. And it fosters a crisis of confidence in the existing international order, which must become inclusive and responsive for all in treatment, and the inability to be able to have fair and transparent treatment for all that would lead to the trust necessary for us to solve the problems of our time.
And famine flowing from that war, armed conflict, instead of pursuing the development of citizens of every country. You can read more on YouTube about the speech given by Prime Minister Mia Mottley. Very interesting, one that you should not miss. In other news, before we wrap our news segment up, on Tuesday, October 1st, 2024, the new United States of America Republic will start its new fiscal year under the gold-backed U.S. note as part of the global currency reset. The QFS isn't just a financial system, it's part of a broader plan to take full control of global communications, energy grids, and data. The military, working with top-secret intelligence agencies, has developed the system to prevent any future manipulation by global elites. Well, that's it this week from our West Indian magazine blog. Before I go, let me just remind you that planet Earth will become a peaceful, problem-free world where everyone can relax. Be assured that our new era has already begun. Better things are coming. Our new lifestyle will be very different. Well, that's it from me, Empress Aziza, over here at the West Indian Magazine blog. See you next week where we bring you more updates on news from around the world and right here in our backyard. Peace and blessings.